Hey guys, my name is Nexus, and this is Cult of the Resurrection, made by Sledge, May 3rd, 2000, with a slight update in July 31st of 2000. This is kind of a hideout type mission, similar to Assassins, but with less sewers and more actual buildings. Overall, it's a pretty good mission. It's got a very good storyline. There's a small issue with something that I overlooked at first, and almost would have actually made the mission impossible to complete, but I'll get into that later, so moving on. Okay guys, here's normal, hard, and expert. Okay, so you can break down this door and turn the lights on if you really want to. It's not going to help you, but it's not really going to hurt you because it doesn't really matter, so. That's just a nice little wanted poster about Garrett. I just wanted to see if I could climb this real quick. I hadn't actually tried that before. And there's nothing up here anyway, so why did I start doing that? I don't know. I really do hate this ramp, though. If there had been a better way to do it, there should have been. And I'm saving here for one very specific reason. I don't understand what the reference to that is. So I think that is actually supposed to block you from coming up this way, but this is also kind of the only way to really get in, so I'm not really sure what the point was. And it's also really easy to get up. I'm not even using the new dark mantling system yet. And, yeah, I'm already up here. Doing cool stuff that I shouldn't be able to get to, but I totally can. Such as this lamp, which I'm not going to explain. There's also a button down there which does something with the lamp. It's a trigger. It triggers the button, and that triggers the lamp. Somehow. I don't fully understand the scripting. I guess if you had a rope arrow, which I do, you could get up that way, but I'm not actually sure. Either way, it just seemed obvious that you were supposed to go this way. So you're supposed to get up there somehow. So I'm really not sure what the point of that one little section that you're not supposed to be able to get to is about. It is a nice little Easter egg, though, I will say that. And another rope arrow, which I totally don't need, because there's literally no place else to put these. There might be one beyond this. But, I don't think I've used one. Either way, we just avoided the, guy up here who I really should have gone through that door. It's the same room, so it doesn't really matter. But he's carrying a lantern. And I'm just gonna sort of go this way for now. He'll be back. He's on a patrol. He'll come back eventually. There's a diamond in the toilet. Why people keep putting diamonds in toilets, I don't know. I'm starting to think it's an in-joke that I don't get. It is also a nice place to hide things because you wouldn't expect it. People usually don't just leave diamonds that they lose in the toilet. Or the, whatever this would be considered. Okay, good. Now I am here, just in time to whack this guy. Once he pokes his head through a little...
I hear you there!
There we go. Wasn't that cool, guys? So, yes, that was the trigger. If he gets KO'd or killed, he drops the lantern, which is in an off state, and the original on-state lantern gets transported back to where the table was. So that's a pretty neat little script. I don't really think we've seen a mission with that yet. It does become a staple later on, though, and for a good reason, really. It's a really neat mechanism, and it's more realistic that way. And I've always felt that there's a very fine line between realism and fun in video games, and especially in a thieving game. Obviously, the water arrows are magic. That's, it's magic. You could explain it with science, but that really doesn't matter. It would just make it realistic, and it just doesn't matter. It achieves the same effect. What does it matter how you explain it? Is sort of the basic premise there.
I got you now.
New Dark still has some weird things where the detection radiuses are a little bit strange to me, but that's okay. Okay, so this guy is complaining about some really weird things happening. Like sort of, one would almost say haunting type things. Diamonds being hidden in fish. Some weird other stuff that I wasn't really paying attention to. This door, which is locked, that I don't remember what's behind it. And we're outside. Oh, and I totally could have gotten here just by following this entire wall all the way around. But, oh, yep, diamond. He mentioned it in the note, so it's reasonably important, I suppose. I don't think he mentioned the one in the toilet in that note, but he did mention the one out back behind the dumpster. I still always habitually check under stairs. It's just the thing I do. Once someone uses a really good hiding place in a mission and you kick yourself for missing it, you always check every single mission that you do, just in case someone else decided to do it too. Very unimportant story type note, just saying that guards need to use the hallway instead of going through the chapel. Which is reasonable. It's a reasonable request.
Did that shut up?
Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that then. And just grab him on his way back through. Yep, this guy. Perfect. Alright, yeah, okay, so aside from the weird things going on, there's also moss showing up in random places where it doesn't make sense. Rats in the builder's house, etc., etc. But that's hardly the point. We're gonna go into the chapel now because I said so. There's also that way that I'll get to in a second. It's an easy pick. But this is basically a one-way mission. There's some divergences, like here you could have just gone straight through the chapel if you wanted to. The interesting part, moldy bread, not regular bread, a little bit different. That's just a psalm to the builder, which apparently triggered a little bit of music there, or the music just so happened to become audible when I picked that up. In fact, there's nothing else here, is there? Nope. Empty. So there's a lot of interesting textures going on. Definitely a little bit more variety in the textures than we've been seeing. After, what, fishmongers? Or just fishmonger in general, actually. I never noticed this button spear before. Okay. Nothing there. It's not even deep. I don't know why it's there. There's this interesting texture which I've never really seen inside a building before, but here it is.
Looks like I'm on the right track.
So we get some little nice voice activations. I'm about to sneeze. Don't mind me, I just sneezed. Do not go this way under any circumstances until you are absolutely ready. It is a one-way zone, basically. Just don't do it. I highly recommend not doing it, so don't. Not that way. There's an interesting sound, though. Okay, well. Yeah, there's somebody coming this way. The good news is that the patrols are fairly easy to take out. Since this is relatively linear, it's fairly easy to get around people if you really wanted to. I imagine that this would be pretty decent to try and ghost.
It's quiet now.
Of course, we ended up with these Cthulhu statues and a couple other things. There's something in the fountain, I think, but I'm going to wait to get that until I'm sure this archer isn't going to be coming this way, which I don't think he is, which is good. Ah, okay, so this is something interesting. You can see through part of her clothes. I forget what's causing that. I'm actually kind of surprised. I didn't think that that was a default texture, but I guess it might be. Well, what I mean to say is I thought that was the default texture, so I'm confused that it's got transparencies. But maybe it isn't. So, the stuff in these 3 boxes here, it's really important that you don't drop this any random place you feel like. Skeletal arm. A rotted head. And a decayed torso. So, like I said, really important. Do not drop these in random locations. Do not drop these anywhere except where they are supposed to go. Bad things will happen if you lose them.
Hey, the good lady downstairs taking a bath again?
Yep.
What the hell does she do down there anyway? She go down there and pray to that corpse or something?
Don't know, and I don't care. Got nothing to do with me anyway.
Yeah, but wouldn't mind going down there just to have a look and make sure, though.
I hate modern trends.
I'm not sure what that's about, but I think it's a reference to a different fan mission doing something similar. Regrettably, I don't remember what it's called at this exact moment. We're gonna wait to go down that way, because I want to catch up to the archer who's going to be coming through this door. Eventually. I probably should not have left that door open. Okay, that was my bad. Right as he was about to come through this door, I opened it to see where he was, because it sounded like he was still upstairs and got stuck, but he was right in front of me and saw me, and I had to reload. Don't mind me, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. I think that's the other archer up there, because he's definitely here. Okay. And now nobody's going to be coming this way ever anyway. So let's go this way.
How many guards do they have in here anyway?
Okay, so here we learn about necromancers, and that there's one in this place somewhere.
You!
Okay. Glad that didn't wake them up. Occasionally people wake up when they see a body pop down in the room. They didn't, so all is well. What's down here? I need to not be here yet. Correct? Yes. Okay, so obviously downstairs is where stuff happens. I need to not be there yet. That is the last place I should go. Okay. It is safe if I climb up this way, yes? Yes. And back here, it's a nice little square. The Chambers of Rathis, who of course would be the Necromancer mentioned in a note. We're going to get back to this place in... probably now. I guess actually we could do that. I'm not actually sure how to kill the Necromancer. So, yeah, about that. I kept getting set back by losing the body parts and stuff that I need. So first things first, close these doors. It is vitally important that you do so. So, they mention arms being heavy as lead. They mention something about a body being wet. Body dead and cold. Arms leaden with earth, and eyes that have turned from the light. So, regardless of where the item appears to be facing in your inventory, it will always face away from you. At least that is the case with the heads. So, nothing's happened yet. This one isn't smoking like the others because it had no light to turn from. Now it does. It's still not smoking, but this door is now open. These guys are jerks, and I don't want to deal with them. So this way is the Necromancer, who we can't kill yet. I'm pretty sure I have to toss something somewhere of his.
Hey.
Okay.
Guess it was nothing.
Okay, so there's a holy sword that we have to be on the lookout for. And then there's this guy again. And what sounds like somebody walking who shouldn't be walking. No, it's just that archer guy.
What's there?
There is actually an issue with one of the NPCs in this map. I have a distinct memory of it appearing after a certain event has happened, but the NPC appears before the event has happened, so a little bit weird. Yeah, okay, it's pickable. I thought I was gonna need a key. More rope arrows! So that's just a lady saying, don't disturb me, here's the key to my chamber, etc, etc. I'm going to go worship the corpse now. She actually didn't say that last part, but, you know, that's just a thing that she does. Don't judge her. And if I felt like being sassy, I would start saying, you don't know her, you don't know where she's been, etc, etc. I don't feel like doing that, though. Oh, wait! Okay. I thought there was a coin in there, but there's not. So, now I gotta deal with this jerk. Who I'm probably just gonna taunt. Yep.
You're not one of us. You're gonna learn what pain is all about.
Come on. Let's go find you a nice door. What? What did you do? You're not allowed to just do that. Go to sleep. Yeet. Oh, that's right. That's how I usually do it. I go up the stairs the other way. Okay, so we're not going in that door yet. We're gonna deal with the servants in this kitchen first. Transparent in all her glory. Okay, so someone tried to steal a whole bunch of dinnerware. You know what that means? It means it's in the dining room in a hidden place behind the tapestry. That's just kind of what happens. I mean, that seems like a reasonable thing to do if one of your members has tried to steal the dinnerware. So, we have a disposal. It's not really referenced anywhere, but it exists. And it does its job. It disposes of things. It will dispose of one thing specifically that is further on in the map. I have no idea why this door is like halfway open all the time. There's something odd with that barrel. Okay, so now we're going through this door. If I can find the key, which is this one? Yeah. You heard that person, right?
What's up?
He's not supposed to exist yet.
Must have been rats.
So he's got a pretty cool, what seems like it's an edited trickster skin. It's got a different little symbol on the forehead, it looks like. He's got a tiny little fire arrow, though. It's cute and adorable. But yes, he's barefoot. For some reason, he's got a nice little skin. This looks like the eye, but it's just a somewhat valuable trinket. So it's basically useless. And we get somebody's diary. Let's read it. And stare in this direction for a very specific reason. Oh, it didn't do that this time. Okay, well, last time I did that, this guy's body floated over to this spot, staring in this direction. It's very strange. I was so convinced that it would do it again, but, well, as I've said before, if it only happens once, it's just my fault. I don't know why you would have a chandelier above your bed. That seems very un-earthquake safe. Okay, no, nothing special here. No keys, no nothing. This is a little room that's a little bit weird. There's not really anything here but another rope arrow that totally isn't necessary. So I'm not sure why there are so many, unless I really, really did miss something really important, which I probably did. That's still not valuable yet. I keep forgetting that. And then we go downstairs. Hooray! Fun fact. Who keeps slamming doors? I forgot what my fun fact was. Oh, right. So, this is Katrina. She conspired in her diary, we learned, which she conspired with something something resurrect the trickster, blah 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 blah, etc. Story plot points. Oh. Oh right, okay, so where do I use the chapel key then? But yes, she and Rathis were apparently trying to resurrect the trickster. That's what I've gathered from the story. We get this really crunchy gravel for no reason. Because the exit is... not there just yet. Exit is here. Which is that set of double doors.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Now, I know that they did that just to convince you that something's gonna happen. So I'm gonna help you out right now. Nothing's going to happen. This is their master, who I was convinced was the trickster. I'm not actually sure of that now. Given the upside down hammer though, I'm gonna go with probably. I don't want to read that, I want to take this corpse. We did get an objective complete, and we have a new objective, which is to drag this body to be incinerated. It's not explicitly said, I think it just says destroy the body. In fact, I can check. Kill the Necromancer. Oh yeah, hey, it's Constantine. It totally is the trickster. Yes, so this is Constantine's body. No wonder I thought it was the trickster. For those of you who don't know, after the events of the Dark Project, we learned that Constantine, who had hired us to do a couple things for him, was the trickster. Oh, I just hear zombies. Okay, no. That's expected, that's normal. Where am I going? I'm trying to find the disposal. Which is this way? Yes, this way. So yeah, that's actually the first mention of specifically whose body this is in the objective. I'm not sure if there were supposed to be other notes saying more things, or if it was just simply an oversight. But you toss that down there to get rid of it, and eventually it'll check itself off. Yeah, there you go.
He's gone.
So once you get that voiceover, Constantine is dead for good, I guess. The first time I did this, I assumed that the body parts were part of the Necromancer's thing, and that in order to kill the Necromancer, I had to destroy those parts via the incinerator. And I did that, and that was incorrect. Very, very incorrect. I'm trying to find the way down. There it is. But yes, don't drop the body parts in the incinerator. It is a bad idea. You're not going to have a fun time with that. Because you can't get them back, and if you save afterward, like I did, you're not going to win this mission. You're going to have to start over. Quite a few times. Occasionally. If you're not thinking properly. Like I wasn't. That's a trap. Now, I appreciated this in Thief 2, the Metal Age, is that you could actually disarm mines with your lockpicks. Excuse me, I'm trying to get around you, thanks. Cool. This is the sewers, which has a lot of neat items. And makes cool noises, come to think of it. If you're wondering why it seems like I'm kind of rushing through this, is because this is, again, one of the times when I spent way too many takes trying to complete this, because it takes about an hour to do. Also, I gotta say, this ladder is the worst ladder I have experienced to date. By which I mean it is the worst ladder I have experienced on camera. This is where your rope arrows come in handy. Which is to say, not really at all. I was never really a fan of rope arrow puzzles like this. Mostly because the rope arrow mechanics are not very good. Oh right, yeah, there's this whole little ledge here that really gets confusing. Okay. Oh good, I stuck the landing. Stuck it. Stuck it. Awesome. Is this actually... Nope. Oh. What? Okay. It worked that time. That's good. That's good. We're gonna have to, Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop and compose myself for a second while I try and explain what I'm talking about. There used to be some glass here. It was a magical force field, and I say that in air quotes. I'm not sure what triggers it to actually be breakable, but apparently I did it. It's probably getting rid of the body, but I'm not actually sure. You could probably bring the body down here, honestly. It's also got lava. Might also count. Not sure. Try the disposal first. And then the other thing is this sword. I'm wondering. Yep. That's poor coding. That could have been done a little bit better. The light source needs something to attach to, and I imagine that whenever you hold this out, you're continually followed by an invisible, unfrobbable lantern that is, uncollidable. I imagine that that's all the properties it's got, which is good. That's a good way of doing it. I'm pretty sure that there's a better way, but I'm not sure if it's a Thief 2 only thing. So, that's pretty cool, actually. This has a lot of neat little scripts. I've generally been happy with this mission, except for the parts where if you don't know what you're doing and just sort of make an assumption, you're gonna have a bad day. Because, unfortunately, I don't keep multiple saves. It's kind of a hassle to go in and out of the save screen when recording, because it means more things I have to edit out in post-processing, as it's called. But now that we've got this sword, let's go kill ourselves a Necromancer who is there. There we go. Fine, I won't go up that way. I will, however, go up this way. We could probably kill these zombies in one hit now, but we're not gonna. There's absolutely no reason to, unless you forget something. There's not actually anything in there. And by forget something, I mean that that's the way you end up going if you get stuck behind the elevator, which is also the exit. This really does look like a trap, and it's actually fairly creepy, which is good. So here we have Necromancer's bedroom. You've got his skull that he keeps around. You've got his mask that he has. You've got his ring. He's got an ensuite bathroom. Nope, not a bathroom, it's a lab. But he's got a bucket in the corner, so it's okay. I'm sure as a necromancer, he can take care of bodily urges. Okay. So, having pressed that button, we can now ignore the suspiciously thick bookcases. Because they're not actually suspiciously thick, they just are thick bookcases. And we can pass through this water here, which I'm really not sure why it's there. I think it's just there to be a clear delineation. And unfortunately, of course, unavoidably caught. You know, you're lit up like you're holding a lantern. It is unavoidable completely. Okay, did I actually kill the Necromancer? Yep. Okay, so now we gotta get to the sewers. If you pick this stuff up, the flesh feels alive. And it's still breathing. I don't know if you can kill him. I tried dropping these guys, actually, in the disposal to kill this guy the first time. But, obviously, it's just there for decoration. Doesn't actually do anything. See, I was under the impression that necromancers, well, actually, no, I think they specifically referred to him as a lich, which got me on this train of thought that, he, you know, being a lich, he needed a phylactery, which, I don't know, that's any kind of potion of sorts that really keeps them alive. You destroy the phylactery, they're dead forever, type thing. And then my brain was like, body parts. Yes, body parts. Where's the exit? It's this way. Here we go. The elevator to safety. Now, there is this one guy who's,
Hey,
just here to watch the back door. It's a really conspicuous back door, too. Now I thought there was a note up here somewhere. Yep. And that's letting you know that the elevator's one way as you come up the elevator. So, not a very nice trick. Skull and bones. I'm looking for any potential nuggets that have been left behind. Not really seeing any. Oh yeah, this place. Not sure why this is here or what it's supposed to be, but there's nothing here. Except for... No, spoon is fine. Oh, yeah, this thing. Very conspicuous, sitting in the corner. Probably would have killed me if it was an actual enemy. Was not paying attention. But this would be the sewers, yes? Is there any way in here? Nope. That's the end. So, we got out with slightly less than 200 loot missing. Pockets picked. I missed out on quite a few because I knocked people out rather than take their item. But other than that, took about half the time I expected since I was so familiar with it by this point. Last impressions. Good, but brief and a little bit nonsensical. I don't like how you can mess it up so badly that you can't get back from it. I would have liked if the destruction had been handled a different way so that it would have been made a little bit more obvious what to do with the body parts, but I totally understand why it wasn't, and that's really my fault, honestly. I sort of wholesale chucked those things into the fire without really thinking twice about it, so that's really my fault. Story is a little bit disjointed. The parts that you do read are fairly long, and it does make sense, but it takes a little bit of reading to actually figure out what's going on, and it's not really too deep of a story. It's just sort of a general Necromancer type thing, which is fine. So, yeah, that's the mission. I would say it's pretty good. I'd say it's one everybody should play. So yeah, I will see you guys next time.